We all love the beauty of flowers, but have you ever stopped to think about all of the resources and energy that goes into growing them? We visited one farm that's doing a lot to reduce their carbon footprint.
Flowers and greenery everywhere you look.
Just of the orchids, 3 million plants a year. But then we also grow other things like poinsettias. We do a couple million poinsettias a year, and then herbs. We do a lot of basil, organic basil.
It's all eye candy for Vice President Mark Clark and head grower Kyle Harmon at Rocket Farms.
Favorite part of my job is that the scenery, you can't beat the scenery.
This is Rocket Farms Nursery in Salinas, California. Just one of many for the third largest nursery in the U.S. And with such a big operation, Clark says sustainability is a no-brainer.
For us, it's just a natural because really, we're really a bunch of farmers.
At Rocket Farms, the greenhouses really are, well, green.
I understand that there's a lot of recycled materials that went into building this. What exactly does that mean or look like?
Okay, what it means is pretty much everything inside this building, with a few exceptions, was from old recycled material that we used when we tore down other greenhouses.
We buy recycled glass from other greenhouses to replace the roof on this house. Many of our orchid houses are about 95% recycled.
You see these pipes here that are vertical? The entire skeletal structure of the greenhouse is all used with recycled materials.
Wow, it looks so shiny and new.
I know it does, but if you look at it, it's actually really old pipe.
As for these,
those are all recycled, used from another greenhouse. So when we tore that down, we ended up saving the fans, and then we were able to use them all in here.
they're also saving energy in ways you might not think about.
Many of our houses also have heat curtains. We use double heat curtains to retain as much heat in the wintertime and as much cooling in the summertime.
And these hand-built moving benches do the trick too.
We can actually get more plants per the same amount of area, which means that in terms of our energy usage, we're using less energy over more plants. So it's just less per unit, so it's a better way to go.
They don't stop at greener building. It's how they grow things too.
We reuse a lot of our soil. We take it and we put it in a big pile, and then we use excess steam from the boiler that otherwise would just be vented to the outside, and every night we take and we re-steam that soil and then we reuse it.
They also recycle between 20 and 40 tons of cardboard and plastic every month.
When we start, pots, things we use come in a lot of cardboard. All our cardboard is recycled. We use a lot of cardboard for our orchid packing. Everything here is recycled. All our plastic pots are recycled.
Saving water is also a major goal.
As you see is here we do a lot of it on drip, so we use minimized irrigation so you get exact to the plant water so you don't have any runoff.
Moss, sustainably harvested off the forest floor, also gets props around here.
One of the things that the moss does is it allows us to use a tremendously small amount of water. You only have to water them between 20 to 25 days if you grow in this moss.
There's also something else going on here.
And then the other thing that we do is we take little seeds from the farmers and we transplant those into trays, and we grow small plants that get transplanted out into the fields.
There's something green about that, too.
When you grow them in a greenhouse, you're going to use a lot of less energy and a lot less water and pesticides to grow them to young plants controlled in the greenhouse than you would if you planted them in the field. So if you plant a plant out in the field, you've got to water it a lot, and most of that water just goes to evaporation or gets lost.
So from planting seedlings to growing orchids, poinsettias, and more, Rocket Farms is doing things the best way it knows how, sustainably.